Can a Renault Avantime beat an Evo? Let's find out. Hello, I'm Drooper Designs, a visually impaired gamer, streamer and livery designer, and today's video is taking a little bit of inspiration from a popular TV show with three aging men on, where they do silly and entertaining things with cars. And you might remember an episode where they bought a Renault Avantime and tried to soup it up and tune it for the cost of an Evo and try and make it as quick as one. So with the Renault Avantime now being added to Gran Turismo 7, I thought, why not give it a go? So the benchmark, a Mitsubishi Lancer Evo 9, worth 100,000 credits in Gran Turismo 7, 277 brake horsepower, 4-wheel drive, and a plethora of rally heritage. The circuit we're using to conduct this little test is Scuba. Great little circuit, tight, twisty, with a little bit of a fast section toward the end of the lap as well. Perfect for testing these cars to the limit, needing a perfect balance of power and agility. Now, after a couple of little practice laps, I got the Evo down to a 104.726. And so, on to the Renault Avantime. Now, this can be bought from Brand Central. It is going to be 50,000 credits, which is half of the money for the challenge. Now, luckily, it is in the used dealership. And as you can see, it's only 39,000 credits, and so that is what we're going to use for this challenge. It's going to give us that little bit extra money to spend on tuning parts and making the thing faster. So let's get it and put it out on track. So with running the Comfort Hard tyres, 200 brake horsepower and 1.7 tons, this thing is somewhat boaty. But the first initial run here, we've got to run straight out the box as we did with the Evo, just to get a benchmark of how much time we need to find in the tune. First thoughts are we definitely need to get rid of all of the understeer that is in this car. Around the final corner now to give us a first lap time of a 1:13.854, some 9 seconds off the Evo. Now the Evo was running sports hards, the Avantime on the comfort medium, so this is going to be a big change. Not going to match what the Evo has, we're going to do better. Go straight away for some sports softs, which are going to give us the best reward for the price. If you go for the racing softs or even just the racing compounds, they are so much more expensive. A set of racing softs are nearly as much as we paid for the car. So 3,800 added to the tally. Let's see what it does on performance. The Sport Soft tyre is giving immediate benefit, higher grip, increased cornering speed, and all around just increased performance, a really good base to be getting on with. But the first modified run coming up to completion now, round the final corner, taking off a staggering amount of time down to a 1:08.4. So there we have it, the Sport Softs, the only modification so far, shaving off over 5 seconds, leaving us less than 4 to find. So the next few modifications we want is the car to be a little bit lighter and a little bit more powerful. So we're going to do a stage 1 weight reduction for 3,800, bringing the total up to around 46,000 credits. It also takes 250 kilos off of the weight. Now, to go with the reduced weight and grippier tyres, we're going to put a lot of power in it. So the high RPM turbo is going to give us nearly 300 brake horsepower. So let's get it back out on track and see what time we can get out of it now. So at just this second stage of modifications, the car is visibly quicker, much faster out of the corners and starting this lap. We are currently running at around 64,600 credits for this current build, so let's see how it gets through the lap. It is holding that inside line much better, still quite soft on the suspension because we haven't touched that just yet. So round the final corner here, the car swirling and tyres just clinging on for grip as we are putting that power down, and somehow we are only 1/10 away from what the Evo achieved. So after just these few changes that we've made, we are only 1/10 away. Now there is a few more things that I want to do to the car just to get those extra few tenths out of it. So we need to stiffen up that suspension to eradicate some of the instability in the corners and to get rid of some of the roll in the car, because ishiboti. We're also going to put a racing exhaust on there so it sounds the part for 10,000, and the carbon brakes so it stops on a dime as well. The last two things we need are some wheels. They're free because I already own them, so that's good. And the last thing we need is a little bit of aerodynamics.
And we all know the best aerodynamics are made from wood. So the final run of this little challenge here. Can this Avantime beat a Mitsubishi Evo? I pretty much spent all of the budget at 97,800 credits. We've got sports soft tyres, we've got a massive great turbo, we've got aerodynamics and plenty laps behind us to figure out the best way around the track. So the car is now cornering fairly flat and much smoother and much quicker than when we started this challenge. The thing is sounding like a race car with that exhaust just popping and barking as it goes past. So into the final corner now, the moment of truth. Can we beat an Evo in an Avantime? Cross the line with a 103.807, nearly a full second quicker.
So yes, you can tune a Renault Avantime to be faster than an Evo for less than a cost of one. Now, thank you everybody so much for watching. This has been a little bit of a spoof video, but it's actually been really fun to make, and I quite enjoyed doing it. So let me know what cars you want to see in a Will It Win series where we do this again with something else. Have a fantastic day if you are new here and you enjoyed this content, or want to see more livery designs, IRL content, and more of my adventures into the world of gaming. Do consider dropping a follow and subscribe. So have a fantastic day and keep plodding on.